This is the Phantom of the Vegan Flat Earth with a quick message. Mike Tyson is a fraud. Hear me out. Type in Mike Tyson missing rounds. There's a channel called Industry Hoax on YouTube. And he gives compelling evidence, in my opinion, 100% evidence that Mike Tyson had a bunch of fixed fights. But Mike Tyson is basically a fraud. He had set up fights and he had fixed fights. And his trainer was basically Jewish mob, and they got him through those fights. Not saying he didn't train hard, not saying he wasn't brutal, he wasn't amazing, but with those fixed fights happening, and then you see how he lost to the better fighters. I know there's all these excuses while he went to prison, well this and that. Everybody's got excuses. The bottom line is he's not even top 10, not even close. And when you quit on a stool, his last fight he quit on a stool. You're not even top 15. In my book, you're not even top 15. You quit on a stool, you're garbage. So he had fixed fights. Watch the video and you can see for yourself. He had fixed fights, and you can't say somebody's great if they have fixed fights. And he had fixed fights. There's no doubt about it. People went down on phantom punches. He had set up fights, and he lost to all the best fighters. So how could anybody say he's a great fighter? I mean, he's really good. Love his head movement. Love his style. Love his style. In my opinion, Rocky Marciano against Mike Tyson. Rocky's not a quitter. Tyson is a quitter. He's a known quitter. Rocky Marciano, he would die. He would never quit. He'd have his nose broken and still fighting. So, I believe Rocky Marciano would have eventually knocked out Mike Tyson. So, Mike Tyson is a fraud. He lied. He cheated. Well, he's an admitted liar and cheater and drug addict and pill pusher. He got convicted of rape, which, yeah, I know that the evidence was very, very shady. He shouldn't have gone to prison for that. But he even said it himself. He's done stuff worse than that. So basically, he's a fraud, and he keeps crying about how his childhood messed him up and how he didn't have a lot of money. He's had more money than all of us combined will ever have. His whole life he's been rich. He wasn't rich when he was young. Who the heck was rich when they were young? Who didn't have a hard life when they were young? So he's still crying about that to try to get sympathy. And now he's a total pothead. He's just smoking weed. Everything is pot. Total pothead. And everybody that's done research, I've done research on pot, and it makes you lazy, and it destroys your lungs. It's horrible for you. Please do not do drugs. Do not do pot. Do not drink. Do not put chemicals in your body. That's my opinion on Mike Tyson. Okay, I've done all the research I can. I have all of his fight library here. I've watched every fight, and he had fixed fights. So we're gonna have to deal with that. I don't know what do you want to do about it. I don't know. What are we gonna do? It's there. You can't deny it. Fighters went down. They didn't even get a hit, and they went down. Sucks to tell you. I mean, not saying he wasn't great. Not saying he didn't train hard. Any of that stuff. No, I'm not saying any of that. But he still had fixed fights. And when the competition went to the highest level, he lost to Holyfield. He lost to Lennox Lewis. He lost to Jobbers. He quit on the stool in his last fight. I mean, he lost to Buster Douglas. So, it sucks to know because I love Mike Tyson, but can't get behind a guy that does these things. This is criminal. This is fraud. There's no reason for it if you're a good fighter. What are you doing? What are you doing having fixed fights? But his trainer was Jewish mob, and that's just the way it is. So that's my opinion. If you have a different opinion, leave it in the comment section and maybe we can debate it. We can have a healthy debate. Thank you very much.